Free energy. Innovation beyond motionless electromagnetic generator. Free energy has been everyone's hope for a long time. Many scientists tried to develop free energy in various ways, but the method of amplifying power using a powerful magnet has been most often used. In my video, I will show you how I made the magnet-assisted electrical amplifying transformer system. These parts most needed to build this magnet-assisted power amplification transformer are sufficiently long customized silicon steel panels and coil-winding bobbins. First of all, we're going to make a power coil test transformer, with one side open and observe the change in magnetic flux according to the input powers. Before making a closed-loop transformer, we will test the relationship between current and magnetic force. In this video, you can see that if the current is low, the magnetic force lasts for a very short period of time. The applied ampere is less than 1 ampere. As the current increases, the form of magnetic force in the magnetic flux viewer is proportional and lasts longer. After 1 ampere, the strength of the electromagnetic force is getting stronger, and the yellow color of the flux viewer is disappearing and turning green. We can see that the time for the magnetic flux pattern to appear is getting longer, and the yellow magnetic intensity color gradually disappears. In this experiment, we see that high voltage leads to a fast response, and strong current directly affects the magnetic force. The reason why I do this experiment is to check the electromagnetic induction ability when I connect the AC 115-volt power source later. From these results, it can be expected that I can use an AC power source of 100 volts or more as a control signal. In this project, AC 120 volts. Sine waveform will be used for controlling signal power instead of pulse waveform. Therefore, no signal generator is required. This is the state when it is a positive wave generated by a typical AC 60 Hz frequency, and when the magnetic flux generated by the N52 magnet is combined with the magnetic flux generated in series by coil 1 and coil 2, and all move in the same direction. The index above shows the corresponding magnetic flux lines for each color. Likewise, this case is the state when the AC current is negative and is exactly the opposite of the previous screen image. The magnetic flux density of the silicon steel is high, but it is slow to respond to high frequencies, so I decided to use AC 60 Hz current on this YouTube content. Before we continue, Please subscribe to my channel and like it. I spent more than 2 months working on the parts for this video. Also, it cost me a lot. Please subscribe to my channel. Highly appreciate. Okay, let's put together a closed-loop transformer. Now it's time to insert a piece of side silicon to fill the empty slot. All right, all the silicon steel has been inserted together and tightened with screws. You are looking 2 coils on top and 2 coils on bottom are connected in series. This is the coil balance verification process. Currently, if we connect the power to the 2 coils below and generate induction power from the 2 coils above, and look at the left-hand electric meter, the standby power consumes 0.2 watt. Also, the input and output voltage are the same. This is what I wanted. Very good. In this video, I will use a 1-inch cubic N52 neodymium magnet to boost power generation. As you can see on this screen, the maximum strength of this magnet is 5,491 Gauss. It's a very good magnet. I disassembled the transformer and wound 4 bobbins with thick coils on top of the existing ones to enhance performance. Also, the assembling process is repeating. The process of reassembling the transformer is now complete. All coils have a resistance of 2.4 ohms. This means that it will be the same as the input and output power. What I want to show in this scene is that the voltage of the primary input voltage and the induced secondary coil are the same. Coil 1 and coil 2 are for input only, and power is supplied from a variable AC transformer. Coil 3 and coil 4 are for induced output. The values read by the two multimeters are the same. As you can see in the video, the added copper coil seems to have been wound well to fit the balance. This is the base panel of system. The transformer will be positioned like this. The switch panel will be located like this. The N52 magnet was joined with a bundle of silicon steel panels to match the transformer's spacing. The reason for using a magnet smaller than the width of silicon steel is to prevent the magnet from being saturated because it is too strong. Coil 1 and coil 2 are connected in series. Coil 3 and coil 4 are connected in series. Coil 3 and coil 4 are for induction output. All right, all the electrical terminals are wired. This is what the final assembly looks like. Parts that have not yet been used in this system are a voltage display, a capacitor, and a pulse generator at the bottom left. Those parts will be used when I make a new video next time. The induced output voltage is almost the same as the input voltage. All right, let me test this system. The induction voltage can turn on 6 LED lights without any problems. Great! The magnet-assisted transformer saved 14 watts of electrical energy. It is not a large amount, but it saved a considerable portion of the energy required. All right, all tests have been completed. The next video will be about the same transformer with the pulse control system. Thank you for your watching. Please subscribe to my channel and like.